Hey guys, Dustin here with the Tascadero CrossFit. We are hosting the first annual SLO County Games this year, 2014. We're really excited about it, and in recognition of our 1-year anniversary, February 1st, we're opening this to some of the newer athletes in the CrossFit community. We're really excited about it, and we hope it's a great day. We'd like to thank our sponsors, and we look forward to meeting you all. Alright guys, in this video, we'll take you through both workouts, WOD 1 and WOD 2. And during this, we're just going to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as what the judges will be looking for in movement standards. We hope you enjoy.
Workout number 1 is starting with a 7-minute AMRAP. AMRAP stands for as many reps as possible of burpees over the barbell. On the top of the minute, every minute, EMOM, you're doing 5 reps of ground to overhead any way. That could be a clean and jerk, or a snatch, or a Turkish get up. You just have to get from the ground to overhead any way. 75 pounds for guys, 55 pounds for gals. The score in this workout is the number of burpees over the bar completed during the entire 7-minute workout.
The workout will start 3, 2, 1, go with the athlete at the bar. The athlete will then complete 5 repetitions, ground to overhead. He or she may do a clean and jerk, which looks like this. Squat, clean, and press. Or a snatch will be the most common one. In all options, the athlete starts with the weight touching the ground, finishes locked out at the elbows, hips, and knees. On the way down, again, the weight must touch the ground every repetition and attain full lockout at the top. Some common faults are going to be not locking out at the top with the snatch, bent elbows, or not standing up all the way. And then common one with the clean and jerk. We'll see the athlete lock out in that quarter squat position, and then notice he'll bring the bar down before he stands up. Those are going to be the most common faults that we're going to see with that. Any questions that come up throughout these workouts, feel free to email us, talk to your coach. They should be pretty standard. Now for the burpees over the bar, the athlete starts in a standing position, drops all the way down on the bar, or down on the floor, excuse me, with the chest and hips clearly resting on the ground. The athlete will then stand up, jump with both feet at the same time, and landing with both feet at the same time over the bar. Some common no reps that we'll see are going to be hopping over 1 foot at a time. Go ahead and show that. That's going to be a no rep. Also, just dropping the hips and the chest never touches the ground. Good, maybe showing on that side as well. And staying on that side, just touching the chest and the hips, not dropping. And up. Good. So again, guys, all the way down on the ground, standing up, jumping with both feet over. The standard here is getting over the bar. So you don't necessarily have to open your hips all the way at the top. Again, the task is getting over the bar, but you must jump with both feet. The score for this workout is going to be the number of burpees that you complete in that 7 minutes. Now, if an athlete is halfway through his or her burpee at the top of the minute, they may finish that repetition, but they need to get right back to the bar and complete 5 reps ground to overhead in any variation that he or she chooses.
Workout number 2 is our chipper style workout. Chipper style workout means you keep chipping away, going down the line until you finish or the time cap completes. We're starting with 30 reps of knees to chest on the pull-up bar. After 30 reps, you go to 30 reps of alternating overhead plate lunges, 15 reps on each side, 30 total, 25 pounds for guys, 15 pounds for women. 30 reps of jump rope, that is 10 single unders, 10 single unders on your right foot, and 10 single unders on your left foot. Moving on, 30 reps of kettlebell swings, 45 pounds for guys, 25 pounds for girls. Moving on, 30 reps of goblet squats with the same kettlebell, 45 pounds for guys, 25 pounds for girls. Once again, 30 jump ropes, 10 single unders, 10 on your right foot, 10 on your left foot. 30 reps of slam balls with 30 pounds for guys, 15 pounds for girls. 30 reps of slam ball sit-ups with the same slam ball, 30 pounds for guys, 15 pounds for girls. Finishing off with 30 jump ropes, 10 single unders, 10 right foot, 10 left foot. Your score for this workout is the time you complete this in, or if you reach that 12-minute time limit, the number of reps you completed within the time frame.
All right, guys, our second workout of the day is our chipper wad. There's a 12-minute time cap. There's a series of different stations that the athlete will progress through, starting at the pull-up rig and ending down by the grass area. The first movement is going to be 30 reps. Knees to chest is how we wrote it. What we're looking for is the knees clearly above parallel. And then all the way back, the feet have to come past the vertical plane of the pull-up bar. Again, all the way up. Good. The athlete may not touch the ground during repetitions, so kind of bouncing off the ground will be a no rep. Also coming to parallel or below parallel will be a no rep. Again, we have to see those knees clearly past parallel, and that's going to be at the judge's discretion. So to make it easy, have them clearly over the hips. Also a no rep will be the feet not coming behind the vertical plane of the pull-up rig. Those would be no reps. His feet are clearly in front. We need that full range of motion, swinging back and knees over parallel for 30 repetitions. The athlete will then advance to the alternating overhead plate lunge. What we're looking for here is the plate to be overhead. He or she may break at the elbows, but it cannot be resting on a body part during movement on the head or on the shoulder. It needs to be supported by the arms in some way, probably to your advantage to have locked out arms. The next standard is going to be that back knee lightly touching the ground. And then the athlete will stand up, fully locked out at the hips, feet come together. Common no reps are going to be not standing up all the way. Curtis is not locked out in the hips. The other one is going to be the knee not touching the ground. So he's stopping short. Those are no reps. And then again, guys, the third one is going to be resting that plate on a body part during the dynamic movement. That'll be a no rep. Now the athlete can rest and take a breather with the weight on their back, on their head, shoulder, but again, for repetition account, it needs to be supported by the arms. Good, now advancing right along, we have the jump rope. Now we've gotten some questions, emails, things like that on what the jump rope is, if people can use their own jump rope. The answer is we're providing jump ropes. It is the Beast cable from RX Jump Ropes, one of our sponsors for the event. It's a weighted jump rope. To make sure we have an even playing field, we'll be providing the ropes many different lengths. From here, the athlete must complete 30 reps total. First 10 reps is going to be your standard double-footed single unders. Pretty basic here. The rope needs to pass under. The athlete can then transition right into single foot, as long as that opposite foot doesn't touch the ground, and then once more transition to their last set of 10 on that opposite foot, and finish. So again, pretty cut and dry here. Some common no reps that have come up is if the athlete stops right on top of the rope during a repetition. Kind of hard to do. Let's see, Kurt. Steps right on top, and then the athlete steps through. That's going to be a no rep. We need to have it a nice fluid motion passing the feet at the bottom. So yeah, non-repetition. Good. Again, 10 double-footed, 10 on the right or left, whatever the athlete chooses, and then 10 on the other side for 30 reps total. The athlete can then leave their rope behind and or advance it along. For the next movement, we have kettlebell swings. 45 pounds for men, 25 pounds for women. This is going to be your standard American swing, starting at the bottom. And Curtis is going to swing up to a full lockout position. Kettlebells directly overhead in that frontal plane. Arms are clearly locked out. Kettlebells vertical, coming down to a full swing, full range of motion, all the way up. Some common no reps going to be finishing in front of that frontal plane. Another common one we'll see is bent elbows at the top. He needs a full lockout for the repetition to count. The third one we'll see is kind of that drooping kettlebell where it's not vertical at the top. Not really functional, hard to do, but we see that often. So again, vertical with the kettlebell, arms locked out, hips fully locked out, and knees locked out at the top. Good rep. All right, moving right along, the athlete will then, with his or her same kettlebell, complete 30 repetitions goblet squats. Now for the goblet squats, the athlete needs to support the kettlebell with both hands in between their grip. What they can't do is rest it on their shoulder, rest it on their arm just with one hand. It needs to be clearly supported mid-chest with both hands. How you hold that kettlebell will be up to you. From here we have our standard squat position where we need hip crease clearly below the knees at the bottom and standing up tall with the hips locking in under the torso. Common no reps we'll see here is not going down all the way, so dropping parallel or even above will be a non-rep. And then also not standing up all the way, not fully locking the hips under the torso. Or the world's fastest squat, a combination of both. Good. So again, full range of motion, all the way down, all the way up for 30 reps. Good. The athlete will then advance their rope to this position here where again, they're going to do 30 reps starting with 10 double-footed singles, transitioning right into single foot, and then their other foot. Now Curtis is transitioning right from 2 feet to 1. The athlete doesn't necessarily have to do that. They can rest after 10, take a breather, and then start their single foot, whatever they choose. Advancing to the last couplet, we have 30 reps slam balls. So the athlete will start with the ball between their feet, stand up with the ball to a full lockout position. Again, arms, hips, and legs fully locked out, and then aggressively slam the ball down, picking it up every rep, full lockout. Now the standard here is the ball starting from the ground and finishing locked out overhead. The athlete may choose to just drop it. Again, not as functional. You're not going to create as much power output. So it'd be to your advantage to aggressively slam it down and try to pick it up on the bounce each rep. Some common no reps here is going to be not locking out all the way overhead, bent arms. That's a no rep. Or locking out forward to that frontal plane, kind of what we saw in the kettlebell swing, is going to be another no rep. So again, full lockout, ball touches the ground every rep for 30 reps. Good job. All right, and finally, the last movement before the last set of jump ropes is going to be 30 reps sit-ups with that same slam ball. The standard here is going to be the range of motion with the slam ball. It needs to clearly touch the floor above the athlete's head, and it needs to come up with the athlete and touch the floor in front. With that, you'll see the vertical plane of the hips here. His shoulders are clearly in front. So if the athlete needs to roll the ball up their body, if they can't hold it up overhead, they can roll it up their torso. But we need to make sure those shoulders pass the vertical plane to the hips. Some common no reps here will be touching the ball, but the shoulders clearly behind the hips will be a no rep, or not touching the ball behind the head or above the head on the ground will be a no rep. So again, your standard sit-ups, shoulder blades touching the ground, full range of motion. All right, guys, and then we finish off with 30 repetitions jump rope. Again, starting with 10 reps double-footed singles, 10 reps single foot, 10 reps opposite foot. Good stuff. All within a 12-minute time cap, or the score will be how far the athlete progresses in the chipper. And finally, the floater wad is going to be announced the day of the comp.